Okay, trying to get Facebook Live going here. Come on, internet. You can do it. I believe in you. All right, look at this. Here we go. Holy cow. We are live. Even somewhat fully functional. All right, well, welcome to another webinar for Mobile Tech RX. Today, we're going to discuss the workflow inside of Mobile Tech RX. I know a few people have asked some questions, don't quite understand where that necessity of work order comes in or why. So we're just going to walk kind of all the way through everything there is in Mobile Tech RX and why it is that we have it there. Hopefully we can give you plenty of workarounds and good ideas, and maybe a bit more better understanding of Mobile Tech RX. Anytime you have questions, if you're watching live on Facebook, go ahead, throw them up. Facebook sometimes likes to hide those questions from me, so I review after and make sure to get them always answered. If you are registered for the Zoom webinar, you should be able to type in your questions. I do have that question board up on another screen, so you can go ahead and shoot those off anytime, and I will ask them or answer them. Good one. All right. Let's get up some pointers here. So standard workflow inside of Mobile Tech RX is estimate, work order, and then invoice. So our estimate, if we are in our list of estimates, all of these estimates are our repair plans. An estimate is essentially nothing but what you want to charge for the repairs that you're going to do. So in the estimate, you are writing down what it is that you are going to do on that automobile and how much you are charging to do that. On this car here, it looks like we got, roughly $280 worth of repair and some sales tax onto it. So for whatever reason. That is what you are billing that customer. This is your repair plan. These services lines that you see right here, and this doesn't matter what service you are in. If you are doing PDR, hail, price dent, paint and body, paint touch-up, bumper repair, windshield chip repair, wheel repair, all of those are your repair plans. When we're clicking on this, oh, sorry, I'm in closed estimates. When we're in here, these are our repair plans. This is what we say that we're doing, and that's all an estimate is your repair plan. And in fact, I myself need to stop even referring to it as an estimate, because when I write an estimate down, my goal is to never have to supplement my own work, especially for those of us in recon. Now, in traditional auto body, of course, but in recon, we shouldn't really ever be supplementing ourselves unless something breaks in the process. So we estimate our cars. That is our repair plan that we give to our customer. Whether it be wholesale or retail, we are providing them a repair plan with cost. So that is an estimate. When we approve that repair plan and we say that it is okay to go, then we move it into a work order and we create that work order. So work orders are repair plans that have been approved. So our list of work orders right here is every car that has been okayed. The price for the repair plan has been agreed upon. These cars are ready to be worked on. Everything in the work order screen is a car that's ready to be worked on. If you write an estimate and Silver implement then you're kind of going through so many steps, or you run it all the way into Invoice and then have to go back in and edit all of your invoices. If you take care of that in the estimate stage. Then when the car is approved, move it over into work order stage. At any point, you know, stuff happens during the repair. We can edit a work order at any time. But the more work that you do on your repair plan in the estimate stage, the cleaner everything is as you go down the line. So we put together a repair plan in the estimate stage. We've approved those repairs, and those approved repairs are now moved over into the work order. And here we have a list of approved cars to be worked on. So in this case, we see that I've got the bigger dealer, and we see that I've got 4 vehicles here for bigger dealer. Then it doesn't matter who, if I have subcontractors, if I have employees, if it's just me and my spouse or myself alone repairing these cars, I have a full list of my full day's worth of work right here in my work order list. So I put together my repair plan. That repair plan has been approved. It is now into a work order. Now, after I complete my repairs, there I can go in and then I can just invoice. And in Mobile Tech RX's case, you can add them to a new invoice, or we can go ahead. The new invoice, we're going to click right here on the plus. These, the bigger dealer, are open invoices that we can add a second car to. So if we just click that, then we've added multiple cars to one invoice. So an invoice means we are done fixing the car. This is where we're going to start billing our customer. So the open invoice is a first stage of billing our customer. In this particular case, our client wants multiple cars on a single invoice. So we will continue to add those onto an open invoice. And that is how we can just put multiple cars on an invoice. That's why we have the open invoice. So once it's a closed invoice, we can no longer make any changes. So here we can see that we have our open invoice and our closed invoice list. Oh, eraser. I don't even know what'll happen if I poke that button. So we've got closed, open, and all. So all is exactly that. Here we can see a list of every invoice that's within our system. Open, closed, and all. So open ones will still be owed dollar amounts. Closed ones are in the gray, and that's how you can tell the difference into them. But our open invoices are invoices we can continuously edit or add more cars to. If we need to edit the individual car, we can do that. If we need to add another car to it, remove a car from it, anything like that, we can do that all right within the open invoice. Then closed invoices means we're done. That's it. It's a hard set. We've locked that invoice. This is the amount we are billing out to the customer. And here we can email it, print it, do whatever we need to do with it in closed or open format. But open, we can continuously edit. Closed, we can't do anything to. So let's go back to our estimate list. So when we have a customer come in, we're going to write them an estimate. If they approve those repairs, I always do this, I'm sorry. It's terrible. I do it when I'm in the field too, and I'm like, what? All right. We wrote them an estimate. We will approve that. We will turn it into a work order stating that this repair has been approved. We are good to go on it. Our list of work orders is everything that has been approved, every car that's been approved. So if we have employees, we have ourselves, we've built ourselves a work order list. You know, a lot of dealerships, you guys have to refer to it as an RO for a repair order. Well, if we list it as an RO, then everybody would be like, which RO, you know, is that the dealer's RO or my RO? This is a work order in Mobile Tech RX to distinguish it from a repair order that a dealership has. So you've got your work order, the list of cars to be repaired. When we have completed those repairs, we can now go into the invoicing system. Now, the number one thing that you guys contact me with on workflow, and part of the reason why I was doing this one for today's webinar, is a lot of you that work on dealers are a show up and fix. You don't have to put together an estimate or a repair plan for your dealer. In that particular case, we can do a little bit of shortcutting inside of Mobile Tech RX. We can come in here and we can click on the new invoice, where then we can select our client, and we'll do this bigger dealer. So now we've created an invoice. You can see up above here that we've got our invoice number, we've got our date, and we've got our PO line. So, and then we just have the dealer's name. There's nothing else in here at the moment. So then we are going to add a work order right down here. And here it's going to open up every work order that has that particular client's name. If there isn't one, when you hit the create new work order, the pop-up appears. We're working on that, killing those. So now you've created a new work order specifically for that client. And as you can see in this particular case, it preloaded this $1,000 amount. Now, the reason why I wanted to show this to you today is this was set up as a demo on a large, say a large scale hail gig. So all the cars were bid for the same dollar amount, $1,000. Then the dealership wants, you know, it was a blanket bid, the whole lot. A dealership wants 10 cars per invoice. Very simple. They were blanket bid at $1,000 a car. So I put that $1,000 price tag under that client's name. Then every time I create a new invoice and then I create that work order, it automatically throws in that $1,000. So from there, I just need to go ahead and scan the VIN on the car. Poor Toyota. This thing's been traded off so many times. Terrible condition. And here you can see my PDR shows up for $1,000. So probably need to go ahead and just put that note onto it. Click that, add it to that invoice, and there it is. And then we can just go right down the line. We can shortcut it. If all the cars are already into a work order, we're just tap on the next, and then we can hit just create a new one if we need to create a new one. So that's how you can skip the estimating stage. You can just go at that two different ways from the home screen. Remember, swipe the whole screen. Stop poking the arrows like John does. Just annoying. All right. But from the home screen, we can come in and we can just create a new work order as well. Same process. And then we can move it into invoice. But if you're just a dealer to go, you can just hit that new invoice, create a new invoice, and just start adding your work orders. The great thing about doing it that direction, when you add that work order from the invoice screen, it automatically selects that client. You're not going back in here each time creating that new client. So you're starting that new invoice, and then you're going ahead, adding that dealer's name that time. And then each time you create that new work order, unfortunately, you still have to poke that pop-up until we get that little button that says, please don't show me this again. You've created that new work order right there with the customer's name. So you only have to enter that customer name. I know some of you have asked me about that quite a bit. So you can shortcut the workflow by just starting that new invoice, add work order, or just go to new work order and then create the invoice from it. Either way, the steps are close to the same. If you start it by invoice and you know you're doing 10 or 12 cars, you're going to be able to just shortcut always having to select the client name. Well, either I'm doing really, really good or I'm doing really, really bad. So I've got no questions popping up thus far. But I hope that kind of helps all of you guys do understand that workflow. So our estimate is our repair plan with our cost added. Our work orders are the cars that have all been approved from repair plans or just straight up repair cards that are good to be repaired. They go right into that work order screen. You have that list of them, and then you can just go to town fixing them. So if you guys have multiple people working together, nobody's got to ask for a sheet. Nobody has to look. They're all right there in the work orders. Those are approved cars ready to be fixed. Once they've gone into estimate, means they're ready to be, oh, once they've gone into invoice, they are ready to be billed. So invoice is billing, work orders are repairing, estimates is what we are charging for those repairs. So can you show the dealer discount on just an estimate form without having to create an invoice? Not yet. Right now, the only way to show an discount onto an estimate is if we come in here and we go into the services screen, and this one here, and we just have to add discount. Then we check it, and then we have to put in the negative dollar amount. That's it. That's the only way to do that right now, Jacob. It is something that we are working on right now. We've got it done in the invoice. You can do the dollar or the percent discount in the invoice, but the only way to add that into the estimate is to go at it from here. So then when it's in the print preview, it will just show in the bottom line. Not a problem. Anybody else has any questions, feel free to post them up. I'll mistakenly apparently bumble my way through stuff this morning as I get tongue-tied here. Been an interesting week. So the discount, like I was saying there, Jacob, just to show some people have missed this, we did just get this done. So your discount is now in percent or in dollars. So it's up to you how you want to do that. If you just tap the dollar, then you're putting in a dollar amount. So you can do that, but right now it is not for a little bit shorter. At any time, you've been just buried in the new workloads. A lot of you guys that are different sort of question. I guess I'll have to answer that one when I get off. But anytime you guys have questions, please, 888-626-6750. I would put this on a whiteboard, but you guys would have to watch me scribble using a computer mouse, and that would just be a horrible thing for society. So 888-626-6750. If you guys prefer to text, you can text to that number. All guys will get back to you as quick as they can. Otherwise, help@mobiletechrx.com. Both of those are actually retrievable right here within the app. Do remember that. On your telephone, if you hit that blue, no, it does help, Sparky, if you share the screen. Oh, there we go. Look at that. All right. So don't forget, on your phone, if you do tap that blue circle right there, it will dial us up. And when you do call in, I would like to remind you all to please leave a voicemail. If the guys work in the office can't answer it right away, just leave a voicemail so that they know how to call you back. And if you leave that little bit of voicemail with whatever issue that you're having, they can look into that really quick and be able to have an answer to you. They know you guys are in the field working hard. So we do stress that. All right, let me see a few questions rolling through here. The additional pop-up on the yellow checkbox. Yeah, and Eddie, I know. I complain about it every time I have to take a photo. So the programmers know we're going to change that photos back to the old system, but it is going to take a little bit. They want to get some other stuff done first, and then it will speed up. Matt, on something like that, there's something going on with your text system. Either you or your tech, make sure you have whatever device he's using and get a hold of that tech support line. Again, 888-626-6750. Make sure you give them your username. because yeah, it should never zero out anything in a work order or an invoice. So there's something going on with that device. And depending upon some of the Androids, 1+3 that uses an oxygen overlay. There is a Samsung, I can't remember the name of their overlay, but I only recently found out about this. Samsung uses an overlay. So what those are is an overlay over the Android operating system that Google has produced. They create their own operating system that operates on top. It's the simplest way that my brain can understand this. Operates on top of Android, whether like right now, Android Pie 9.0 is out. So those go over the top and try to smooth out some things. And I know it's causing some issues. Those of you with Galaxies and you're scanning the VIN and the barcode and it's crashing on you, the Galaxy is trying to auto-rotate that, and that's what's causing the crash. If you guys lock that rotation, screen rotation, it should stop that. They're in the middle of programming that hot fix right now. So, okay. He is using, it looks like they're kind of, Facebook is killing me, man. They're only showing me like 5 comments at a time, even though I have a lot. It's not letting me scroll through and see them all. So, yeah, Matt, just either have you or your tech, preferably your tech, where he's got the device, and it'd be best if he can get a hold of those guys, and they'll walk him through. We'll get all that device information and figure out what is going on. It might be, make sure he's running 5.2 as well. So make sure he doesn't have, he's done that latest update. But please like us on Facebook. Somebody had asked, where can you watch these? It will be, the recording will get loaded onto Facebook. It does take a couple hours for this Zoom to process this recording, and it will be loaded back up onto Facebook. Also on our YouTube channel. So if you just go to YouTube, search for Mobile Tech RX, hit that subscribe button, and there you will see all of my previous videos. I think there's 35 in there. Do be aware, this tripped me up the other day. Somebody was looking for one of my videos, and I'm like, no, they erased it. My settings are only set to show 20. There's, well, I think close to 40 at this point. So make sure you view all and look at all of those photos. Every single webinar is on that YouTube channel. They're also in the back office portal right now in the help section. So you can find the webinars and tutorials there. They still haven't got them plugged into the app. I don't know which programmer. I'd like to say I get a beat one, but I don't. I'm just going to have to whip Eric, and we'll call it even. So, but I think that's going on. Just so you guys know, we're expanding. We just put on 3 new team members. We're interviewing a few more. Programming is going to pick up, speed up, and I know the bug fixes this year we're going a little bit slow, but believe me, when it actually comes to the world of programming, these guys were humping it, and it will be even faster in the future because of these new teams that we are putting on board. So everybody is getting hired. Eric and crew are down looking at the new headquarters in Austin, Texas, where we're putting everybody into one roof. So later this year, all of our team members will all be in a singular spot, and it will speed everything up. So bug fixes will be on board. That's why I do ask, Matt, that you or your tech do please get with our tech support guys so that they can get down that model number of that phone, and they can look at that phone's problem directly. So that is one of the other things. So let me go over that. I keep bouncing that in. So 888-626-6750. help@mobiletechrx.com. You can reach me, john@mobiletechrx.com, if you have usage questions. Tech support, the help guys. They're going to take care of it all. If you are having an issue on an Android phone, very important to get with the tech support guys and let them know what model phone. Because Android, we have to do specific tweaks for around 500 different models of phones out of the 1,000 Androids that we seemingly work with. So, well, Phil, I really hope it does increase your income. We're working hard, and we're going to continue to work hard. So, like I said, really cool. We got new team members coming on. Everything's going to be faster. We're going to have a 2-week hiatus. My wife and I are actually taking a trip for our 25th anniversary this year for the first vacation in a very long time. I don't even want to say how. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like us, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I still suck at Instagram. I'm going to have to find some 14-year-old to explain it to me. Good luck. Take care, everybody, and I hope to see you out in the field making money.